During the last statutory meeting of the New Amsterdam Mayor and Town Council, People's Progressive Party Civic Councillor Carol Trim, who has undertaken the role of advocate for the people of Stanleytown Savannah, which is known as the Tannery, informed the MNTC that Central Housing and Planning Authority is moving ahead with developmental works in the area, and also brushed aside claims that she is against councillors and affiliates of the MNTC acquiring lands at low costs.
Asking this council please to revisit the $500,000. I think there was an addition. If you have to pay for the surveying, I can understand that, but if those lands can be reduced. I know at some point, and I'm trying to find it in my minutes, I have no issues with members of the town council who have lands behind there who would have paid $80,000. I think it's incumbent on the town council to do for the members of council and grant them that $80,000. There was no issue with that, and I know when the mayor had addressed that, he said the way it came over as though I'm against council, members of the city council and members of council, I'm not against you paying $80,000.
The councillor further added,
You have a lot of impoverished persons who don't have a job in that area. Some of them have squatted there from the mayor for many years. Over 16, some of them have been there for 28 years. Because of the lack of employment, they are not coming from the human factor now. They are not able to pay $700,000 and $500,000. The government has already committed to the road which has started. I myself am going to advocate, as I am advocating here, to ensure that the infrastructure is done by providing water and electricity to the people in there.
The Mayor of New Amsterdam, His Worship Wainwright McIntosh, then called for effective communication and interagency cooperation.
These lands, they are not the mayor's land, right? They are all properties of the mayor and council. Respectfully speaking, the way I think, outside of hearing from you, if you did not make mention of, Tom Clark, are you aware that the government will be doing roads and installing lights? Right? Now, it's like somebody going to your property, Councillor Trump, and decided, you know what, they're going to put up a security, an added security on your premises, right?
The mayor then stressed,
I think there should be effective communication between the mayor and town council, and is it Public Works give that commitment?
Ms. Trim Bagot also agreed with the mayor that there is a lack of communication.
And I agree with you, Common Mayor, there's a lack of communication, but I think it's on both sides of the bench. I think on the government side, we should be speaking. Town council also should inform as we go forward in regards to some of the needs, and because we have raised
Town
this.
council should inform.
Yeah, the road is not done because the persons in
the town council should inform me.
Yeah, you should be speaking to town council, RDC, whoever. I'm not very familiar with all these systems, but there needs to be some conversation, Comrade Mayor.
The deputy mayor of the town, Kirk Fraser, then added,
When we did the assessment, the cost was over $1.5 million. And that council at that time was remorseful because we didn't go ahead and bulldoze any property because property in question belongs to the council. We did not go ahead and do that. We engaged the residents there, and if I can recall also, Mr. Johnson can substantiate that when we were looking at these lands to regularize them, we had engaged Central Housing and Planning Authority, and we had officers from Central Housing and Planning Authority who came and we numbered the houses that were present.
Mr. Fraser also pointed out,
regardless of how we look at it, whether it's 11 years or 12 years or 13 years, the act that is being perpetrated is illegal. The property does not belong to any citizen unless, as you said, they go through the prescribed manner, an application, etc., and then it would then be, if so be, you would have that piece.
The town clerk, Sharon Bacchus, also commented on the matter.
Some of them have been encroaching on other people's property and they don't want to move. They were told where their call should be. They haven't moved. They were told years ago, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Gale, they usually go in there when persons want to know their four corners, and we would encounter these issues time and time again. So for the sake of development, whoever's doing these works, if they could come to us, look at this plan so they know exactly what has to be where, because all the entire area was surveyed. So everybody's supposed to know their four spots. But I don't know what is it with land, but from the time the surveyor put down the four corners and you go back and check, then parlors just disappear.
The argument will continue among stakeholders over the development of Stanleytown Savannah and the rightful dues which should be paid to the municipality. Michael Khan, Channel 8 News.